All right. Hey, Cary, thanks for taking the time for this. You were involved in the passing game last year, I think, led the team in touchdowns, but you do already have 3 touchdowns through 3 games this year. Is getting even more involved in that passing game, especially in the red zone, something that Coach Beck kind of talked to you about as the season was coming and as he was kind of installing his offense?
Maybe a little bit, maybe, but I think it's kind of just tribute to Coach Beck's system and kind of just getting players in the right positions, right matchups, stuff like that. So I think it's kind of more just Coach Beck's system and kind of just finding the right play calls in the right spots. So.
And then with Devin Leary, I think like 5 of his 14 touchdowns dating back to last year have been to you. What's that chemistry like between you and him? And then also, does it kind of help as a guy receiving passes to have some stability at the quarterback spot right now after the week he just had?
Yeah, I definitely think we've built a good connection since we've been here. Both Northeast guys. He's from Jersey. I'm from Pennsylvania, so we kind of have a connection through that. And yeah, I mean, obviously, just taking tons of reps since last summer, just kind of repping things out. And it was good to see him get out there and playing fast and confident. So yeah, it was good.
Thank you.
Gibby.
Yeah, Cary, Coach Doran yesterday said that in practices leading up to the Virginia Tech game, this just something was missing. That just wasn't clicking for you guys. What do you feel you guys were doing wrong heading into the Virginia Tech game? And sounds like you guys got that fixed. How'd you fix it?
I think maybe after that first win, we might have kind of got a little complacent, and then Coach Doran really made an emphasis after the Virginia Tech loss to, have a real hard week of practice, real physical week of practice. And that's what we did last week. I definitely think that helped us out come Saturday. And, this week is another, physical type practice week. And so just to get ready for UVA.
He also said some of the players were calling out their teammates, and that was a good thing. How do you call out a teammate? How hard is that? And what goes into your thinking when you do call out a teammate?
Yeah, I definitely think we have some great leaders on this team. If they see another teammate slacking or doing things that they're maybe a little lack of effort or whatever, they're going to call them out. And I definitely think that's something maybe we might have been missing last year a little bit, and it's definitely good to see. We have some good leaders on this team. So.
Okay, thanks, Cary. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Batten.
Yeah, Cary, if I'm right, your years at USC was kind of the same time that Sam Darnold was kind of developing there. And I guess he didn't really start until midway through his redshirt freshman year. I mean, do you see any parallels to that situation and to how Devin has developed with you guys?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Definitely, I think both quarterbacks with kind of a little bit of that wow factor, some things that they do is kind of just makes you look twice. So I think that's a little bit of similarities between them. And yeah, I mean, I think Devin's playing great, and hopefully we just keep this thing rolling.
Brett.
Thank you.
You and Dylan Parham have both had some success down the seam, especially on deep routes. Is that something that the defense has just given you, or is that something that's built into Coach Beck's offense that makes that available?
I think a little bit of both. If Coach Beck notices a certain coverage, or sometimes it might just be the play that he calls, and yet again, that's kind of just a hats off to him for making the right play calls in the right situations and kind of just seeing what the defense is doing and adjusting. So it's definitely like Coach Beck a lot.
Andrew.
Cary, you guys had a lot of injuries at the tight end position last year, especially being without a guy like Dylan Ottenreith, who's one of the better blocking tight ends on this team. Did you feel like having all the tight ends healthy has kind of freed you up to get more involved in the passing game, maybe put a little bit less on your plate?
Yeah, maybe. I definitely think it's nice to have, all three of us rotating and kind of staying fresh. And, yeah, I mean, I definitely think as a tight end unit, we're all playing well. We're all doing the things we should be doing in our roles. So it's it's definitely good to see all three of us playing good.
Alec, did you have something else?
Yeah, I got one more. I just wanted to ask, you kind of just touched on this, but specifically about Dylan Parham. He seems to be even more involved in the passing game than he ever has been. I know Coach Dorn yesterday singled him out as someone that was really good in the run blocking Saturday. What have you seen from him, not only through this season, but through camps dating back to last year and stuff, that's allowed him to now be in this spot where he is making such an impact on the field?
Yeah, definitely. We call him DP, so I'm just gonna go back. So DP, he's one of my closest friends here, and it's definitely been good to see how how much he's developed and become a good tight end, and he definitely helps us out. He's a real physical run blocker, and he can do some things in the pass game as well. So he's been playing really well.
Thank you.
Jonas.
Hey, Cary, appreciate you taking the time. You kind of touched on it already about how you guys prepared leading up to Pitt compared to how you guys prepared leading up to Virginia Tech. So coming off that Pitt win, can you see that the preparation through practice is at the same intensity level or higher as it was when you guys were heading to Pitt?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's I think from going on out, I think the standard is we're going to try and make the standard just how we practice throughout Pitt. And yeah, definitely, all the coaches are making it an emphasis to really have a physical Tuesday, Wednesday practice, just so by the time the game comes around, it's we've already had those physical practices, and it's kind of just easy when the game comes around.
Have you noticed a difference, not just from the starters or the second string guys, but have you noticed a difference in intensity all the way throughout the roster?
Yeah, definitely. Coaches talk about it a lot, but the scout team has been doing a great job of giving us great looks. There's some good young guys on the scout team, and they're definitely helping us out a lot. Just getting prepared.
Charlie Mickens.
Yeah, you all have 2 wins, a shootout with Wake Forest, and now come from a high win on the road. What does a win like that do to the team going forward here?
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll give us a lot of confidence. Pitt was a great team, ranked top 25, and they had a great physical defense, and it's definitely felt very good to, go on the road and get a big win. And I think it'll definitely just help out our confidence, going in throughout the season.
Gibby.
Yeah, Cary, what's the journey been like for you from the glitz of USC to Raleigh? Was it kind of a culture shock for you a little bit? And how do you think things have worked out for you so far?
Yeah, it's definitely been a long journey, and yeah, definitely a little bit. Obviously, out in LA, things are much different. I'd say it was more of a culture shock going from high school out to LA than it is LA to here, because I'd say here is a little bit more like home. And but yeah, I definitely think it's been an easy transition, and yeah, it's been good.
All right, JB Ricks.
Hey, Cary, thanks for taking out the time. Just curious from your perspective, what is it about Devin Leary's balls compared to last year? And have you seen any improvement with him, like with the zip on the ball or with accuracy, whatever it may be? What do you notice different about the way he throws the ball this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously always had a huge arm, and kind of just part of the development. Sometimes I think he's learned when to zip it in there, put a little bit of touch on it, and yeah, it's definitely, he makes it very easy to catch the ball because he'll put it right on you. A lot of times all you have to do is kind of just put your hands up and it's right there. So definitely very easy catching balls from Leary.
All right, we're gonna get Cary out and put Devin in. Thank you, Cary.
Thank you.